When Assassin's Creed Origins was first revealed, many gamers were caught off guard with the changes, most notably to the gameplay. Ubisoft took a year off to give this franchise a breath of fresh air, and many fans have enjoyed that move as it truly feels like following Syndicate and previous titles, the interest was starting to fade. Personally, I hadn't really been interested in this series since Black Flag, but when quote-unquote leaks started dropping in 2015 about Project Empire, which would later be Origins, featuring many new changes to gameplay and a much deeper story set before the Assassins and Templars existed, my interest slowly rose. At E3 2017, we got the big reveal which showcased the ancient Egyptian setting and the changes. While most fans were open to seeing what this experience will be like, some felt that Ubisoft shifted this franchise too far away from its original formula. While I can understand how some of the core fans who loved the recent installments wanted more of the same, it just wasn't working. Assassin's Creed began in 2007, and at the time it was something completely new and the experience felt grand. But year after year, the original formula with minor tweaks began getting tiresome, which could be seen in sales. Thankfully, Ashraf Ismail, the game director of Assassin's Creed Black Flag, is once again back to direct Origins, and he's turning this next installment into a role-playing experience, similar to that of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Back when the first quote-unquote leaks came in 2015, it was being said that Ubisoft was aiming for a Witcher feel to this next Assassin's Creed title, and it clearly can be seen. But what I find strange is the anger that some have had with this choice to have Origins influenced by The Witcher. One notable comment comes from Game Informer's video coverage of Origins where they broke down the revamped combat, where the first comment I viewed says, "I can explain this video without even watching it. The Witcher 3 made a lot of money, so we decided to copy The Witcher 3, which just seems a bit ignorant, but an opinion I've seen quite a bit of. But I have some huge issues with that assumption, as most of us have not even played this game yet, and while we've seen a good amount of gameplay, we still know that Ubisoft is hiding a ton of content, and the game is still actively being worked on, so things can change. Also, while Assassin's Creed Origins is influenced by The Witcher 3, it can also be said that it probably is influenced by The Elder Scrolls Skyrim, Horizon Zero Dawn, Dark Souls, and even some games they developed like Watch Dogs 2 and Far Cry. But lastly, if I remember correctly, for the longest time, people had a similar opinion saying The Witcher 3 copied Dark Souls combat and Shadow Mortar copied Assassin's Creed's climbing. The word copy gets thrown around so much, and I could understand if any of these looked like they copy and pasted features, but it looks more like they were influenced by it at most. Honestly though, there have been some massive ripoffs in the gaming industry. Some of these include Nova, which essentially was a crappy mobile version of Halo. Minecraft and Grand Theft Auto over the years have seen too many ripoffs and clones to count. Angry Birds is well known to have ripped off Crush the Castle, and before there was Pong, there was table tennis. Unfortunately, ripping off other games and copying the experience sometimes gets confused for influencing a game based on others. Because with that logic, couldn't you just say that Call of Duty is a copycat of Medal of Honor, or even Overwatch is a copycat of Team Fortress 2? Ripping off and copying is an issue mainly for mobile and Steam games nowadays, so when people say that Assassin's Creed Origins is a ripoff of The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, I kinda find that a little ridiculous. Personally, I'm not jumping up and down for all the changes coming to Origins like the Eagle drone, but I also trust the vision of Ashraf, who clearly in interviews is so excited about a game that he's been working on for years. I mean, I remember years ago hearing Ashraf say how he wanted to bring this series to Egypt, so it's pretty cool to see a guy so passionate about this franchise make his hope a reality. So I really hate the immediate jump to Ubisoft is ripping off The Witcher when I think that this can really benefit Origins with their own touch and style to it. Some people have brought up the ridiculous giant snake or the locked-on crossbow arrows we saw in the trailer, and have said that Ubisoft is trying to incorporate fantasy into Assassin's Creed, which I guess is a problem for them. Ashraf has responded to the questions about why is there a giant snake in the game, which pretty much all he said was wait and see. That motto is really what I'm holding on to. While I think we can make a choice for whatever game we plan on purchasing or not, we shouldn't create an opinion such as this game is a copycat that is merely based on something that we have only seen compared to something that we actually experienced. What I will agree on is that The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is considered one of the best role-playing games ever, and with Origins taking influence from that, it will be interesting to see if this game can get its own identity and not have these lingering comparisons. Anyway guys, what do you think about this? Do you think these claims are founded or unfounded? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Also, make sure to smack that like button if you did enjoy this video or found any informative value, and consider subscribing for more Assassin's Creed Origins coverage, and I'll see you later.